CrossFit Games, top 5 things I'm looking forward to, or top 6 or 7, something around there. Top 5 things to hope for, something like that. I'm going to figure it out as I go. Also, 5 things that I'm buying or selling, maybe 6. Top 5 CrossFit Games athletes on the men and women's side, maybe 7. Welcome to ADHD land and OCD. Maybe a little bipolar. Speak for yourself. Don't degrade us. What I was going to say that I'm looking forward to is Andrew Hiller's video 10 days from today that says, I was wrong. James Sprague is the fittest man on earth.
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
But now I want to talk about his Instagram posts. Let's take a look at this. Number 1, Jason Hopper.
What you just said.
Number 2, Jay Crouch. 3, Dallin Pepper. 4, Austin Hatfield. 5, Jeffrey Adler. 6, Colton Mertens. 7, Ricky Gerard. 8, Tudor Magna. 9, Roman Krenikov. And 10, Bill Leahy.
Bill, I know. Bill, not the science guy.
That's a good list. Except for one little thing. Where's James Sprague? He won the CrossFit Games!
I just died on your arms tonight.
Our pet's heads are falling off!
Have you lost your mind, Andrew Hiller? Not having Andrew Hiller on that list, even though it's the first top 5 events, is absolutely bat crazy. I'm not going to swear, but it fits because you're Batman. It's bat crazy. There is nothing on that list but a squat that should make you think that James Sprague is going to be anything but top 7 all of those events, because he has proven tremendous improvement in all of those areas. And we saw it at Wodapalooza. We saw it at Mayhem, and he was sick at Rogue. There's not a whole lot on this list that should make us say, oh, Hopper's going to be great at this, but James Sprague isn't. James Sprague is the fittest man alive, and he's going to prove it this week. Now, I'm guessing in order for you to actually admit that he was ever the fittest man alive, he's going to have to win. Personally, I think even if he took 3rd and podiumed, it should solidify his win last year. Let's say he gets beat by Adler and your boy Hopper. That means he beat Dallin, Austin, Colton, Justin, Ricky, Roman. If he does that with a complete weekend of programming, I think it really should prove that he really was the fittest last year, but I don't think it will for Andrew Hiller. He is my pick to win the CrossFit Games, although on paper he probably shouldn't be. It should be Adler. I do think that there's something special, something that's needed, something that's intangible that ultimately at the end of the day will propel him to win the CrossFit Games for the 2nd year in a row, which brings me to my second thing to look for. The men's field is absolutely stacked. Really, there's 9 or 10 people that could podium. In my mind, 5 that could win the CrossFit Games. And this isn't because we're lacking somebody really good like, hey, Fraser's not there, Froning's not there. It's because it's really that deep. It's not the same in the women's field. If Tia's 100 out of 100 rating and Matt Fraser's 100 out of 100 rating, on the men's side, you've got 8, 9, 10 guys who are pushing into the upper 90s. And on the women's side, you've got a bunch of women after Tia that are really in the upper 80s if we're talking about a ranking system here. It's not just that guys are close, it's that many guys are really good and really well-rounded in a way that we've never seen before. But my second thing to look for is this interesting tidbit. There are only 2 people that, if they win, can truly be seen as this person isn't just the fittest on earth this year, this person really is the fittest on earth. That's how I'd always describe the difference between Matt and Rich and Tia. It wasn't just that they won one year and were the fittest on earth for that year. It's that these people really are the fittest people on earth, like literally. Those 2 people are James Sprague and Jeffrey Adler, because if Sprague wins, he'll have won twice in a row, and this year he'll have won with a complete weekend of workouts against some of the best men on the planet in a deep field. And if Jeffrey Adler wins, I don't think it would be a huge surprise to anyone. He's been really dominant for a long time. Maybe he would have won last year if he was there, but he wasn't there, and that counts. Laura Horvath really was the fittest on earth in 2023 because Tia wasn't there. When you're pregnant or coming off pregnancy or whatnot, you're not as fit. There are various different things that affect fitness, including being absent or present.
Bueller.
But if Adler wins, I have to ask myself, is this going to be the next Rich? Is this going to be the next Matt? Is this going to be the next Tia? If anybody else wins, it won't be the case. Justin's an interesting one. If he were to win, I don't think he's going to. I think he could do better this year, absolutely. So I'm not going to go down that road. The next thing to look for, hope for, prediction. I don't even know what we're talking about. Out of the Brute boys, the number one max squat will be by Ty Jenkins.
This is a terrible bet. Ty's going to beat Hopper, Sprague, and Pepper on the back squat. Terrible bet.
Shut up and take it.
Ty Jenkins is going to be 495, 500 back squat, somewhere around there. Hopper's going to be 495. But anybody I would say that to, and all of you are probably laughing at me, especially if you pull up a picture of them all next to each other because Ty still looks like a kid. Listen to me carefully. Ty Jenkins is going to back squat more than everybody at Brute. And if he doesn't, hopefully all of you just forget about this. Where are we at? 4, I think. We're hoping for Hiller to call Sprague the fittest on earth. We're looking for the possibility of Sprague or Adler winning and solidifying themselves as truly the fittest on earth and not just the fittest on earth for this 1 year. Ty Jenkins winning the back squat. We're on number 4.
I know.
By the way, I don't think I said this, but Sprague won't take worse than 7th in any of the first 5 events announced other than the back squat event. Andrew, if James Sprague is not in the top 10 after those first 5 events, I will lick a bat. You show me where to buy the bat, eBay or wherever you buy a freaking pet bat, and I will lick it live here on YouTube. By the way, I'm going to be at the games. Are you guys going to be there? And I'm going to have free stuff. I'm going to have t-shirts in medium, large, and extra large. What's that fly? And thirdsies, samples. Some of you guys have asked about it. I will have it for free. Respond to my stories or shoot me a message. I missed it for the second time on Saturday night. And in church Sunday morning, I felt really tired. And all of Sunday, I felt tired. I took it last night, and I had one of the most energetic mornings that I've had. Some people may call it placebo. I don't know, but I have used it enough and liked it enough that I have not stopped using it. And then I'm sort of paranoid about not using it because the 2 times that I haven't been great mornings. Code KIR, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. Some people only take half and make it last for 60 days. I do prefer 3/4 to full. Shoot, I think I went back to 1 or 2 there, didn't I? Anyway, on to number 5. Hoping for good programming, not dubbed the cardio games. And of course, this is kind of related to Sprague being called not the fittest on earth. We were missing 2 events. Bunch of crazy circumstances happened, obviously. But I thought the programming was lacking a little bit too. Now, the first 5 events that I see, yes, event 2 is like really ugly on paper, but I still want to see how it plays out. The more I thought about it and the more that I heard about it and asked people about it, ultimately what we're looking for is a good test of fitness, not something that looks pretty on paper or weird or why wouldn't you do this, why wouldn't you do that. So I want to see how it plays out. Love the deadlift run and handstand walk. The run, row, run is a little bit boring, but it's a really good long endurance test. So far, it's shaping out to be a games that could be really well balanced. You're going to have to be good at everything, I think. Dave says it's going to be classic CrossFit, and I believe him. And I'm excited, and I think it will be better programming. I think he hears what people say. He's heard about the cardio games. I think he remedies it this year. Number 6 thing to hope for, a race in the women's field. Probably not going to get it. I like holding on to the storyline that Tia was weakened by High Rocks, and maybe she's beatable now. And there may be a little bit of truth to that, but she's so far ahead that even if she loses a little bit of fitness, I don't think that there's going to be a race in the women's field. But we can still get excited about the race for second. We've got a lot of people, and a lot of people that aren't even being mentioned. I think Lucy Campbell could be in the race for second. I think Amy Kringle could be in the race for second. Abigail Doment. And of course, Ariel Lowen, Brooke Wells, Danielle Brandon. Have you or a loved one you know been bit by Danielle Brandon's dog? Alexis Raptis, if she can capitalize for once. I'm forgetting people. There's a lot. So I think we can still get excited about the race for second, but there's not a race for first. Oh, shoot, that was supposed to be in my buying or selling section. We might not even do that. I don't know.
What is she doing? I never know what she's doing back there.
I was originally going to do a if games athletes were animals or dog breeds, and I started to write it up, and there was some really hysterical stuff. Danielle Brandon was an Afghan hound. Is that the right word? Yeah, an Afghan hound. I was going to make Dallin Pepper a Chihuahua.
I just died on your arms tonight.
James Sprague was going to be a Jack Russell Terrier, like, ah! But Jack Russells are small, and the whole thing fell apart. Hopper was going to be a Bull Terrier. I thought that was good because he's like really aerodynamic, kind of like a shark. I don't know. I kind of wish I had finished that one. I think it would have been funny. I just ran out of ideas. You guys got any ideas? Anyway, what number are we on? Number 9, catharsis. And this is important. A well-run games where nothing crazy happens. There's good programming. There's no freaking injuries, heat strokes, and of course, no death like we had last year. No tragedy. No big controversies. We're able to have fun as a community and enjoy the games. In the end, some people have been weeded out that might have been either bad apples or just disgruntled. But you're like the 2 Canadians. You kind of get old, crusty, and stale. I get it. I still like the 2 Canadians. Not forgetting, but moving forward, because that's what we have to do. When bad things happen, we still move forward. We carry on. And for that reason, I hope we have a great games and that we have catharsis, and then we start to rebuild. Just like after COVID-19, the open numbers steadily started going back up. I hope the same thing happens after this year's CrossFit Games. Number 7, great content. I hope I'll get to see some of it in my hotel room. I hope I'll get to catch up on some of it when I get back. If I was at home, I'd be watching the Savan coverage, and I'm still hoping for some Hiller content to come out. I really liked his Wadapalooza stuff. I don't really like behind the scenes. I like him weaving in the storylines of some of the people that we've come to know. I hope there'll be a Bill Leahy Games feature and memes. I hope there's memes. Meme for Time will be there. I'm sure I'll make a few. I'm going to be busy mostly with this YouTube stuff. Hopefully I can bring you guys some great content, some behind the scenes, maybe some daily vlogs or update. I don't freaking know. Whatever I've got time for, but I hope to bring some really good content. You know, nobody's ever made a meme with Dave Castro, and he's going to be busy. But what if you just happen to run into him at Chipotle? I mean, what if you had a whole half meme already shot and he just had to say a couple lines at the very end and the meme would be done? Not that I would do that. Dave Castro is like the Neil Armstrong of memes. Nobody has ever memed him. If anybody does a meme with Dave Castro, you are the first man to walk on the moon. But don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I know the guy's busy. I'm going to walk up to him in the middle of the games and say, hey, will you do a meme? Chill. I mean, maybe I'll stumble into him in an alleyway or something and he'll be like, hey, we should shoot a meme. I don't freaking know. Don't judge me. The people that I have arranged to meet up with for content before the CrossFit Games, who I will probably focus on during the games if I'm able, Ty Jenkins, Bill Leahy.
Stay out of my territory.
Chris Ibarra and Olivia Kerstetter, I think, will be with him. Jack Rosema. And I think that's it. Oh, Sprague. I'll see Sprague. Sprague will be busy, but we'll get some Sprague footage in there. And I'm looking forward to my first normal games experience. I went last year for the first time, and it doesn't feel like I went to the games. It was crazy. This will be the first time that I get to go to the games, take it all in, enjoy it. I will do so from behind the scenes with enhanced access, which will be great. But the thing I'm looking most forward to is being with the community, including the workout on Saturday, getting to see friends, getting to interact with people. Although I'll be busy, that is one of the best parts. And like I said, that is top 5 things that I'm looking forward to or hoping for the games, 5 items that I'm buying or selling, and the top 5 athletes on the male side and the women's side. See you guys at the games. Called James Sprague the fittest on earth. That is his title because we've determined ahead of time that whoever does the test, no matter what the extenuating circumstances are, is the fittest on earth.
It's yours.
No. Take it.
The 2024 CrossFit Games did not crown the fittest on earth.
If you didn't give it everything you've got, then I don't want it.
This will be the sword that I fall on. You will never be able to change my mind on this, and good luck trying.
Go ahead.
You don't understand. You see, it really is yours. I took it out of your wallet while you were in the shower.
One more note, watch Kip and Get Real's 25-minute video on the same topic. Can't for months on end go on telling everybody that James Sprague is the fittest person on earth while they remove 2 events from the CrossFit Games, and then also say that the wrong people qualified out of the Northern California Classic.